that as well as I would like to. So could you play just the right hand, like starting from here?
Yeah.
And I want you to think a lot of weight into your pinky, into this side of your hand.
That's wrong.
Yes, should be C at the bottom. Now C at the bottom. Yeah, but no G sharp. Good. Now, do you remember last week? I think this was the spot that we played and I had you sing.
Yep.
Yeah. So that actually would be a really good thing for you to do on your own, so that you're hearing that melody, and then you don't have to do it in front of me and be all embarrassed.
Yeah.
But right now, so what I want you to do is play what you just played, except I don't want you to play the bottom two notes. So kind of just have your fingers there, but only play the top note.
All right.
For now, yeah, you can start there. Good. Now, can you do soft, loud, soft?
Yeah.
Soft, loud. Yeah. Now, I kind of want you to play the underneath notes. Like if they make a little noise, that's okay.
Yeah.
But
mostly
like if
the top note.
mostly hear that top note. If the bottom notes don't make very much noise, that's okay.
Okay.
You can either start with that.
That's like, so do it now? Okay.
Yep. Because your poor melody, it's combined with a bunch of other notes in your right hand, and it's competing with your left hand. So it's really just like fighting to be heard. Plus it's played in your pinky, and your pinky's like, I'm not very strong. I can't really play very loud. Can it be my thumb? I can play really loud there. Flip it upside down. Okay, so now I want you to do one last thing, kind of the same thing you did if the bottom notes don't make as much, well, we don't want them to make as much sound, but if they don't make any sound, that's okay. But really try to follow your dynamic line too. Yeah, and I really liked how you did this, by the way. That sounded really good. All right, now let's put the left hand in there. And the left hand's just like this super, super light rumble in the background, It's kind of supporting. It's like this faint rumble of thunder back there.
This is not good?
I love that, Now, when your left hand you had such good control and were really, really soft, and then your right hand kind of came down and was soft with it. So that's fine, but now see if you can bring the pull into that right hand. Yeah, it is. And then the next step would be, we're not always making the pedal changes. I know I just gave you tons and tons of things to think about. Keep this hand softer, keep this hand a little louder, keep this note louder, follow the dynamics, and now she's going to make your pedal on top of it. So, one last time, and see if we can get those pedal changes in there. last note not feel staccato,
Yeah.
right?
Because it is staccato.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I
then
wanna-
I guess that's okay.
Just like a nice
Yeah.
quiet, like.
I was thinking like I wanted to hear it held a little longer, but yeah, you're right. Almost like it kind of disappears.
Yeah.
Good. So I like that. That would be something that you could work on. Kind of following those 3 steps. Just play your melody so you can hear it, and kind of play those underneath notes but softly,
Yeah.
and add the left hand to it.
Alright.
All right, and then let's talk a little bit about dynamic, kind of really playing into the name of the piece, so the storm.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any of this memorized? Can you play any of it?
I think I can do most of it.
Okay.
Right.
So, what I'd like you to try, we'll just do like about the first page.
Alright.
I don't necessarily want you to think so much about the dynamics that are on the page,
Yep.
but I want you to imagine that there is a storm happening outside.
Alright.
Okay? So just do your best to play into that imagination. Whatever dynamics happen, that's fine.
Okay, maybe I don't know. Wait, it's C. Okay.
Think about it without following the dynamics is great and they're a good guideline, but the more you can just visualize that storm, what's happening in your head.
Just play what you think is good.
Right.
Yeah.
Whenever there is a storm,
Yep.
it's like you see it far away, right? Then it
Yep.
gets closer and closer. It kind of starts like the wind picks up, but then sometimes there's a point where it just like breaks loose, and it like the
Goes
wind's
nuts,
just the
yeah.
rain's just pounding. Where does that happen in this piece? Because I feel like it teases us for a while. Like we see it coming, we kind of hear the thunder. There's a little bit of rain. Yes.
Bang.
Yeah. And there is one spot, like I love how you do this measure. It's very climactic, but then all of a sudden you play this very, very slow. And that might just be the way you're feeling it, but I'd like you to go the opposite, and that's let the storm hit on that chord.
Got it.
So, yeah, or maybe even start back here if you wanted a little more time to get into it. I would stay pretty loud here. It's kind of the opposite of the first page, really picking up the intensity. Big and loud. Yes.
Oh, I was supposed
yeah,
to
that's
go?
okay.
All right.
No, not necessarily. But think of this page as being a little bit of the opposite of this page.
Alright.
This page we're still kind of holding back. Everything was kind of like way off in the distance. But here, all of a sudden, like the storm's here. It's pelting, and then all of a sudden it's like bang, big thunderbolt or lightning flash or something right there. Rain pelts down.
Just knock
And
the
then
tree down on your house.
Yeah, there, yes. Lightning has struck something. Hopefully at your house, maybe just a tree
Yeah.
somewhere, yes. And then just when you kind of think, okay, maybe it's going to die down, like you build back up and bam,
Yeah,
it hits
okay.
again. So let this page be super, like kind of like the contrast. Because you've got this, kind of the rumbling, sort of still far away. This, it's going to hit, and then here, it's like, ah. You know, the